Yeah, but I can't hear him. Not mute.
Hello? It's like me trying to. Tiny little. Okay. Kim, you good? You got a red light, so you're good. No pun intended. That's a good one. I'm gonna call this meeting to order with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Deanna was coming online too. Do we have Deanna on that, Karen? So who's on? Okay. Natalie and who, Carl? Natalie and Carl, you can hear us, right?
Carl can hear you.
Natalie?
Yes. Yep. Sorry, I was needing to unmute. Yes.
All right. I'm going to do audience introduction. Oh, Charlie's not here. Oh, Jay can do it. Jay, will you get the microphone and start? Thank you, Jay.
Jay Nicholson, bus driver.
Grace Robbins, president of the class of 2023. Jenna Gallant, vice president of the class of 2023.
Kara Woods, treasurer of the class of 2023.
Beth Edwards, advisor of the class of 2023.
Bethany Meehan Poulin, freshman parent and Dixfield taxpayer.
Kathleen Zostet, Dixfield.
Chris Arujo, taxpayer, Dixfield.
Marianne Hutchinson, Rumford Times.
All right. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. We do have some adjustments to the agenda. Could I get a motion, please? And a second?
Second.
All right, I'm gonna do a roll call. Dawn,
Yes.
Bruce,
Yes.
Larry, Pam,
Yes.
Carl,
Yes.
Natalie,
Yes.
Barbara. Yes, Liz. Yes. All right, consideration of the minutes of the April 11th, 2023. Could I have a motion, please?
So move.
And a second?
Second.
Comments, questions, revisions? Seeing none, I'm gonna do a roll call. Dawn,
Yes.
Bruce,
Yes.
Larry, Tim,
Yes.
Carl,
Yes.
Natalie,
Yes.
Barbara,
Yes.
Liz.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Did it? Public comment. This is the time the public can make a comment. And you can come up to the mic. So you want to come up first?
My name's Chris Arujo. I'm a father of two girls, one that does soccer, one that actually does field hockey. I'm here to state the facts to continue the program of soccer at Darragh High School. I am the coach here at Darragh High School. I've been a coach for 9 years within the River Valley program, starting at Canton Rec, moving on to the boys high school program, and now I'm here at Darragh High School to stay. I've seen the girls athletes laugh, cry, and learn about the game of soccer. Just last year, we had a winning record of 8-6, placed 13th in Class B. Okay, that was a co-op with Spruce Mountain. It was a really great program. We had 3 of the 6 athletes score on varsity level. Right now, we have 5 girls returning, 1 new athlete, 8 freshman girls coming in, a total of 14 girls ready to play. We also have 4 boys returning. Unknown freshmen is based on the incoming coming in. But we have 3 seniors that want to finish their career playing soccer as a Cougar. This program has been cut due to money. It's only 0.001% of the overall budget. I would like you to please add this program back into the budget to give the opportunity to the students. Do you have any questions for me?
No, thank you very much. Bethany?
Hello. I'm here tonight as a mom. I was a mom of students who were trying to muddle their way through college and middle school when COVID hit. And my girls suffered a lot of losses during that time. They lost time here at school with their teachers and their friends. They lost social opportunities, and they lost out my middle school daughter on half of her middle school career of extracurricular activities because of restrictions. So she finally is in a position where she and her friends are able to be together. They're finally getting some normalcy back. And she was one of our really awesome cohort of kids who played Darragh/Spruce soccer this year. And those girls fought so hard. They won so many games, and they just really built, a joy for their sport. They were told all year that they would have enough to play an 8-man league next year, and that they'd be able to have their own program again, which brought back girls who struggled to be able to do the co-op and make the transportation and go to those places. They were feeling really confident. They knew they had at least 14 of them ready to go, which in an 8-man league is way more than enough. And then they really had the rug pulled out from under them. And for kids who have lost and have lost and have lost over the last years of their school career, it was gut-wrenching to watch their reaction to that. For $9,000 program. We brought over $660,000 in carryover money, and we're cutting something directly for kids that's a pittance compared to that. Not even a percentage point of the budget we're putting forth. And I'm just here tonight to tell you that our kids have really lost enough. And I've watched the struggles with their mental health. I'm an educator, and it is painful. They have lost, and it's time that we give them just a little bit back because they more than deserve it. And I really, really hope that the folks who made the choice last time can make a different choice for our kids, because they deserve better than getting nothing next season. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone online? Okay. Forgot your communications.
So I actually do have communications. I received a call from Tom Child, who lives here in Dixfield. He was asking if RSU56.
Pam, your mic isn't working very well.
I wondered, I couldn't know. It happens every time. They always give me the call from my.
I had it last. No, you had it last.
Hopefully this mic works better. Okay. I
Yep.
received a call from Tom Child. He was asking if RSU56 would be interested in allowing the Poo Dunk Snowmobile Club to build a structure to house their groomer at 33 Nash Street. They were looking at the space where the old gym was formerly on over there. He felt like that would be a good central location, easy access to the trail. And I did tell him that I would bring that forward to the board. And if it's something that you want to consider, I will put it on the next board agenda. But that's the only communication I received.
Okay, thank you. New business.
So we have Ms. Edwards, Kara, Jenna, and Grace here tonight to talk to us about Project Grad and request that we supply the bus as we normally do to their Project Grad.
Right now, we're just passing out like a paper explaining our plans, basically. So in the past few months, the entire senior class was sent out a survey asking them if they would be planning to attend project graduation or not. And I believe, Ms. Edwards, we had 100% responses, correct? Like everyone responded? Okay, so yes, this 89% of people planning to attend is based on the entire class. And we have secured our chaperones, and I believe we have secured our venue in full. Okay, so basically our plan is after graduation, we'll have time for pictures and everything and to see our families. And then by 8 p.m., the buses will leave Dirigo High School. We plan on being at Buffalo Wild Wings for dinner in Auburn at 9. And then we'll eat dinner there and head to South Portland to go to Urban Air at 12. There's a lot of activities for everybody to do. We're making sure we have options for everybody because we have a pretty diverse class. We have snacks there and everybody will get drinks. And then we will come back in the morning. We'll arrive around 5:30 and the parents are serving a breakfast for students. That's optional. So, yeah. Yep.
So the two buses with the drivers will transport the students, chaperones, and the snacks from 7:45 till 5:30 a.m. And then one of the buses needs to be handicap accessible. Parents and community members are doing the snacks, breakfast items, and they're cooking it for us. We need the students to sign waivers for Urban Air. They can have empty water bottles that they can bring in to fill up there. We can have food donations, and then items that they want to take with them need to be in the office by 9 a.m. on Friday, June 9th.
Any questions for us?
Bruce.
How many students are going all together?
I believe it's 49, including our class marshals.
Okay, yeah, well, what's written and what I was gonna hear is what I want to make sure we're confirming. You asked for a handicap bus.
Yes.
Do we have a handicap bus? Do we need to send two buses or are we able to send one?
So likely we will send two buses. We do have a handicap accessible bus.
Okay.
I think my question is for Pam more than things. When the bus driver stays overnight, I assume that they're sleeping somewhere.
Yes.
We have booked a hotel for our bus drivers.
Okay, thank
Yes,
you.
we had it booked.
That was my question. Any other questions? So, it is a motion. I
Yes,
need a-
because we will be sending buses, so that's why we
Yeah.
want, and it's overnight, and it's an overnight trip.
Buses.
Could I get a motion, please?
So move.
And a second? Any more comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call.
Dawn,
Yes.
Bruce,
Yes.
Larry, Tim,
Yes.
Carl,
Yes.
Natalie,
Yes.
Barbara,
Yes.
Liz,
Yes.
Mary Ann.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. You can go home now.
Hey Pam, I'm also here and you keep skipping me, but also yes.
No, we didn't know you were here. Sorry.
It's all right.
All right, thank you. Oh, sorry. I didn't have my mic on. Motion to move the following teacher from second year to continuing contract. Could I have a motion, please?
So move.
And a second? Comments or questions? Go ahead, Larry.
Since they're going from probationers continuing, they'll keep their same wage. Is that correct?
That is not correct because they'll go up 1 year, so they'll go from their second, they're on whatever level they came in on, and they'll go up another level next year.
Thank you.
Any other questions? My question is, which I think I know the answer. We have 1, 2 that are ESSER money. And that when the position goes, do they have bumping rates or? Because they are, if they're qualified.
So the answer to that would be yes. However, the two people in these positions that you're seeing here tonight, they are the low person in their departments.
Okay. Any other questions? Seeing none, we have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Dawn,
Yes.
Bruce,
Yes.
Larry, Tim,
Yes.
Natalie,
Yes.
Carl,
Yes.
Deanna,
Yes.
Barbara,
Yes.
Liz,
Yes.
Mary Ann.
Yes. Okay, motion to move the following teachers from 1-year probationing to 2-year probationing. Could I have a motion, please?
So move.
And a second? Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call?
Dawn,
Yes.
Bruce,
Yes.
Larry, Tim,
Yes.
Carl,
Yes.
Natalie,
Yes.
Deanna,
Yes.
Liz,
Yes.
Mary Ann.
Yes. Barbara, yes, too.
Sorry, Barbara.
Wait a minute, old business. You're old.
Oh, thanks. We haven't met since the last time that we met here. However, I just want to give everyone another update on May 3rd is the vote for Region 9's budget. It's at 6 p.m. at the school cafeteria at Region 9. It says, I don't know if you get the paper or not, there's been articles in the paper telling you that you need to be registered voter in your town. So make sure that you are registered for your town if you plan to attend the meeting and plan to be able to vote. Again, like I explained the last time, and not to belabor anything, the budget at one time was significantly less, and they brought it up significantly amount, which affected the RSUs quite a bit. So if we want to get the budget back to a more palatable and save RSU56 some money, that would be the way to go.
I did see Bruce on Facebook today. Somebody had put a forward, Brenda had put a response to the newspaper article saying I don't remember what it said, but I did see it and the reasoning behind the increases, but they really never stipulated what the increases were for salaries, just that there was one over 5,000.
There was quite a bit of different increases that were done, but there were quite a bit of cuts that were done, and we had several different additional meetings to get the budget under control. And the last meeting that we had, prior to the vote that we had, the first of this last month, they had cut the budget by over $90,000. And at the next meeting, when we had it, the first of the month, the finance committee decided to motion to restore the budget back to its original amount, which is almost $90,000 more. So they did show that they could cut the budget and make it workable, and instead it went up more. So I was one of the ones who objected to it, and it still passed through. So I'm telling the registered voters of at least 56, if you are concerned with the increases that they're doing, then you can go and voice your opinion, and it's May 3rd at 6 p.m. in the school cafeteria at Region 9.
Thank you, Bruce. Any questions for Bruce? Seeing none, superintendent's report.
I'm chuckling to myself because Kathy asked me today, do you have your superintendent's report done? And I said, I wrote school vacation went smoothly. And then I said, no, I'll add more to that, but it did go smoothly across the district. The annual budget newsletter has been sent off to the printers. I want to give a huge public thank you to Jesse Heath. He organizes the newsletter each year for us. Also a huge shout out to Mary Daly and Terry Cox, who edit it each year. And I also want to thank the administrative team because they submit articles featuring their school or department. The newsletter should be in all mailboxes in our 4 towns prior to the May 23rd budget meeting. And I do want to say, going into the next part, Heidi Conley was needed at another family emergency tonight, so she will report out later in the school year, so she will not be here tonight. I do need to report out some resignations of stipend positions. Earl Kutcher resigned as the civil rights team advisor as well as the student council advisor at the middle school. Bethany Meehan Poulin and Laura Johnston both resigned as the co-advisors to the drama club. Makes me sad. It looks like Bethany's sad too, but it is a lot of work. So we're hoping that other people will step up and we can continue drama in our school. And Aaron Carlson, that is a typo, it should say Carlson, resigned as the debate club advisor at the middle school as well. And that's the end of my superintendent report.
Oh, quick. I'll be home for the Celtics. The Celtics are playing. Yes, any questions for Pam?
Do you have people, so are we advertising for these spots?
I have posted all of those open stipend positions at this time.
Okay, we are to committee reports and the student rep is here.
So I have 2 things, and it's senior trifolds are coming up. So if any board member is interested in being a judge, contact Miss Morris at the high school. And then spring sports are getting started. We were supposed to have a couple of games this week, but they all got canceled because of the rain. That's about it.
Thank you. Policy committee, I had gotten a email from Mary where we can actually save money from our insurance. I don't know how much, if we had all the required policies. Well, there was 2 that just say we follow the laws. So the next meeting, we're going to have a policy committee meeting. And one, the MSMA had said, you can just do your student code of conduct. You don't need this other one. Now they have that you need the other one because they like to fine tune wording. So we'll be working on those 3. Finance committee, Carl?
My dog is reporting on that. There's nothing to report at this time.
Thank you. Curriculum, Larry, do you want to say what we did today? Okay, Jason, and I'll let Pam, because it was a lot of information, did an update on the reading program, the math program, the scores, his plans of what he is stockpiling for material before the COVID money dries up, and he's on a good path, and he really is so focused. Anything you want to add?
I think the one thing that I will add is that all of the elementary teachers are doing the letters program, which is the gold standard for reading instruction. So he's been able to get all of them involved in that, which is, I think, going to make a huge difference at the elementary school for the reading program.
And the only other comment, he was really concerned with the kids who started their school life in, on a computer, the second grade and third grade. So we are noticing a difference in their scores. Usually in third grade, we notice from second to third on the test because they have to read it themselves. We usually get a dip. But we saw a dip in second grade, but they're the ones who started on the COVID years of here's your laptop, you know, the little iPad. So hopefully that will get better. And so that was that, and it was good. Building and grounds,
Have not met.
okay. Negotiations haven't met. Personnel, Nat.
Nope, nothing new.
The ad hoc committee did meet. Why don't you tell what this? Were you there? See, I can't remember either. What did we talk about? Oh, I remember. They're gonna do a presentation in June, like as part of their, what their responsibilities. So they were breaking it up of what to discuss, because they had the survey and they were going to give us the little tidbits. See, I had to remember. Board member comments. Oh, Don, I'll let you go first.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Pam, when we had our last board meeting, if we come up with some extra money, we are going to put back in for the team.
That is what the board gave me under general consensus. If we find the money, if something else comes in less than we anticipate, then we would reinstate soccer because, as I noted last time, soccer is not something that we're like, yes, let's cut soccer. It's just that we look like that's the program that had the least amount of students in it.
But I guess my point is going to be if people here and other people want to get this program back going, they should come out and vote next Wednesday night, because that's going to save us some money.
So the difference between what the budget, the initial budget we saw from Region 9 and then the one that was voted in was about $20,000 for RSU 56.
Thank you.
Oh, Liz, go ahead.
Yeah, I think it should be put back in if we can, because I think most of us voted to save it because we're under the impression that there weren't enough people playing. That's at least my impression. When we talked to Nick and he was here, we kind of went back and forth, and they said the numbers weren't there, that there was only like 3 of, I don't know if it was the boys or the girls, I don't remember, but I think it would behoove us to try to get it back in there if we can, and I guess there's probably no way, I don't know.
So I also want to can I respond to you, Liz? So there is a way to get it back in regardless of what happens next Wednesday. So when we come here for the budget hearing on May 23rd, I think it is, if there's a motion to put in $18,800 back into the soccer program, that can come from the floor. If it's seconded and approved, it would go back into the budget. So that there are, either we'll try to find that money or there's a way to put it back in at that budget meeting if the board or someone from the floor so chooses to make that motion.
Yeah, I don't think any of us wanted to cut it. I didn't want to cut it, but like I said, we kind of went back and forth and not having numbers, it just seemed the logical thing to do, but getting all the emails and the feedback from parents and citizens, it would be a good idea to get it back, I would think, but yeah.
Any other comments? Go ahead.
I have one more, and maybe Bruce can answer it. I'm not sure, or somebody else on the board. I don't know if anybody saw last week's vote for a new garage over to West Peru. They're having a new town garage because theirs burnt. And I was talking with them about it, and they have a garage that's 2,200 square feet larger than the one that we want to build, and they capped it at $600,000. And it's, I think it's either 90 by 62, and what is ours, 80 by 40 or something similar to that. Yeah. And from what I heard, from that meeting was that it's a steel building, stick built with an office and a mezzanine and a bathroom, a lounge, radiant heat. And like they said, they came in under 600,000. And I don't remember the figure now, close to 1 million.
For a little over $1 million.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of curious of how that shakes out, if I'm comparing apples and oranges here, or if something else is playing into it that I don't understand.
Don,
Okay, you're saying that Dixfield wants to build a garage now?
No. West Peru, that's burnt.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we'd be right back in the same situation that we're in now, wouldn't we? If we have to pay rent?
I'm not saying we shouldn't build a garage. No, I'm not saying we shouldn't build a garage. I think we should. I'm just wondering why the discrepancy in two buildings. Why this one here was topped out at 1 million and that one over there topped out at 600,000.
Have they got firm figures?
I'm just going by what their
And-
special town meeting was, that's all.
and was that including their insurance or not including their
Yeah,
insurance?
that's what I'm asking.
See.
I don't know.
I don't believe anybody is gonna build anything 40 by 80 foot and put the stuff in we're putting in the garage and come up with any less money than what we're doing right now. We've worked on this for almost 2 years. We waited a year, prices went up. And I know, our town right now is looking at putting up a building. And it's gonna be a lot smaller than that, and we're still running high figures.
Right.
And we've been, the last 3 days, talking to a number of different outfits, so I don't see how anybody's gonna come in much less than what we've got quoted right now.
That's the information I'm asking for, because I just thought it was kind of a big discrepancy, and I just wondered why, if anybody could tell me or tell anybody why there's such a bigger garage for less money. I didn't understand that, that's
Well,
all.
they didn't come up with the total figures for Peru's garage. If you
They
look
did.
at it, they're talking insurance money and they haven't come up with it. They don't have a contract. They don't have anything laid out. That's just starting figures.
Okay,
We have everything done. We've also got we've got a lot of groundwork we need to do. We're putting in a septic system. You've got to bring electrical things. Those are all things that maybe Peru already has. So there's quite a savings right there in itself. But again, what they may be looking at is preliminary numbers. I'll be curious to see what their final numbers look like.
right.
We haven't done this willy-nilly way. We've sent out to engineers, we've sent out to contractors. This wasn't like we took the highest contractor. We went and had it out to bid and we found out who was something that we could do. Again, it's gonna be left up to the taxpayer, the voters to whether they want to approve it or not. But I mean, we've done everything due diligence and there's been everything transparent of what we're doing. So there's nothing hidden into it. There's a lot to this thing and it's gonna be a win-win situation for this district if it gets built, but it's up to the taxpayers and the voters to approve it.
Right. Well, I wasn't saying we shouldn't do it. That's not the point I was making. The point I was trying to make was I just didn't understand, because I went to one of the meetings and I thought, Kenny, everybody did a really good job. But it just kind of shocked me when I read that in the paper. I didn't know if somebody else knew more about it that could explain how they could, cap it at 600,000.
I don't think it was capped at that. That's just what they're
It's what
talking
it says in
about.
the
Yeah.
report.
Let's wait and see what they come
Yeah.
up with at the end. So.
I don't know. I was going by the building. Yeah.
Any other questions or comments? My comment is, so if we don't change, if Region 9 goes through and it doesn't pass to add 18,000, when would we know if there was $9,000? Because if we had enough, unless there became a lot of boys. And then I know one comment was having the 8th graders. Well, that's kind of pushing it, because I think the boys may need one more year. But when would we? Oh, you know how we added some 8th graders up this year to some of the programs they played high school.
So we added fifth graders up to the middle
Oh,
school.
sorry, the fifth
Yeah, we
graders.
wouldn't add eighth
we
graders up to
wouldn't
the
do
high
that,
school because they can
no.
only play high school level for 4 years.
Yeah, that's true. Sorry, brain cramp. But when would we know? Because I know the thing is, yeah, they say they play, but we always know come August, we always lose a few. So how would we know in between? Or just play it by ear to see how things pan out?
So Mr. Carvis and I had talked a lot about this, so I want to be clear again
Yes.
that nobody feels like cutting soccer is like, this is a great thing. I will just go over the numbers from last time. We had been told we had appeared that we'd have 10 girls and 4 boys. So that appeared like we would be struggling to fill teams to capacity. So that was the decision to be made. So at this point in time, if there is anything, whether it's, I'm certainly not trying to pit Region 9 against soccer. That's not what I'm looking to do at all. But if it's anything comes in less than we projected and we could rearrange money, obviously we would rearrange money. The board gave us that general consensus last time to do that. So we would probably, regardless of where the money sits going into next year, we would probably do signups to see if it's even something that's possible. And then Mr. Carvis and I would have some difficult decisions on how to move things around to make it work. Like, and again, if something comes in less, we would also, the voters would still need to be willing to vote that additional warrant article that says the board has the right to move more than 5% from cost center to cost center, because that money probably won't come out of athletics because it's trimmed down to like just exactly what we need for next year. So it would come from somewhere else. So as long as we could find it from somewhere else, we would rearrange, because I want to be clear, Mr. Carvis and I want our students to have every opportunity to play the sports that they love and want to do here at Darragh High School. We're not looking to offer less. We were just looking to be fiscally responsible in terms of a program that didn't appear to have enough students at the time to be viable for next year.
Thank you. All right. Any other board member comments? Looking for the back. Seeing none, motion to adjourn. I know I love it. And a second. Roll call.
Dawn,
Yes.
Bruce,
Yes.
Larry, Tim,
Yes.
Carl,
Yes.
Natalie,
Yes.
Deanna,
Yes.
Barbara,
Yes.
Liz,
Yes.
Mary Ann.
Yes. Good night.